You know someone with autism who wants to date, or are you someone with autism who wants to date? In this video, I'm going to give you 4 pieces of advice for how to successfully date if you have autism. My name is Craig Kohn, and I've got it going on, and this is Teamautismpedia, where we're dedicated to educating you about autism so that you can learn how to improve the lives of people with autism. And if you're interested in this kind of material, please consider subscribing so that you can see our latest videos. The first tip is to be a good friend. Why am I saying friendship is important in this? Because dating is an advanced form of friendship, and from what I've seen and everything, that when you are with dating someone, it's a lot of the same things that you'll do when you're with friends, and that you have to make sure that you're interacting with them in a way that's making it enjoyable for them and also for yourself, and that. So if you know how to be a good friend and you're able to make the other person feel good about themselves and all that, then you can you'll do a lot better at dating and that. So if you're not doing well with friendships, then work on it, because you know what, you can improve. It's a social skill, and skills are things you can learn. Second step is to look at saying, hey, who do I want to date? I know on this YouTube channel, I know who is the people who are going to be watching. People who are going to be watching are people who want to look at improving the lives of people with autism. So if you want to find someone who's right for you, you need to know who you are looking for. You don't want to just go out on the street and say, hey, let's go date, and that. It's not going to always work so well in the end for that. So one of the first things to look at is, do you want to date someone with a disability? Someone who can be accepting of you if there's still things that you need to work on? Is that something you want to do? I know for me, that's not the case, but I know people who actually are in those circles, and that helps them be in a relationship. For me, I actually look at dating neurotypical or normal people, because hey, you know what? I do well in that, and I've been in with normal people all my life and school and all that. So why do I have to do something that's totally out of the normal for me if that's not what works for me? Thing to consider is, what are your interests? What do you like to do in that? Because you're going to be doing a lot of things, and if you don't like the same things, then it may not work well. You have to have things that you can have in common and that can bring you together, because if you don't like the same things, what are you going to do together? And it's important to know that. Another thing to have in common is values. Values is very important, and even neurotypicals have a lot of trouble these days not realizing, hey, you know what, I need to look at having someone who has the same values as me. If you're religious like I am, then you may want to get someone who is in the same religious group and has the same religious values as you do, and that. And even within that religious group, do they have the same things? Are they pro-life? Are they pro-choice or not? Is that something that's important to you? Do you want to have a family, or do you not want to have a family? Just knowing what the person you are with stands for, and that's going to be an important thing, and that will make sure that if you really want to have a long lifetime relationship, then that's something you really want to consider. Third tip is, make sure that you have a mentor. A mentor is a great idea, even if you don't have a disability. A mentor can give you advice on how to deal with a situation in a relationship. I don't know about you, but I've heard of something called couples therapies. People who have been in a relationship for a while have even had trouble. But do you have experience with that? You likely may not. But there's a lot of people who have been in relationships and are willing to talk to you or help you. You can look at getting advice from a parent, a mentor, or a religious leader in that. Find a person who you trust and you can look to and get advice from, feel good about, so that you can make sure that you don't have to make your own mistakes. You can have other people who have already made those mistakes for you. The fourth tip is that you need to look at seeking to improve. The person you see before you is not the person I was just a few years ago. I have improved. I am not this. I keep building on who I am and making sure that I'm a better person. If you want to get a better person to date, you need to work on yourself. People need to want to be with you in that. So look at how can you improve. Talk to people, ask friends, and other people who know you, and say, what's something I can work on that will make it so I'll be more successful in a relationship. I just heard from a mentor a great tip. If you improve 1% each day, then you're going to be in a way different place than you were before. So look at making small little improvements each and every day so that you can improve. Video, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and that this is going to lead you or someone you know to have more successful relationships. If you like this type of video, please look at subscribing so that you can get our latest videos. And if you have a question or another tip, please leave it down in the comments. I look forward to seeing you again.